Why, hello, ladies. Welcome to POS DS9 on this fine Valentine's Day. A day to celebrate love.
I thought we were doing torture.
No, Valentine's Day is all about the love.
Oh, could still be torture.
No, that was last episode we talked about torture.
Oh. What about this episode?
This episode is all about the unrequited sexual drama at Deep Space Nine.
Are the characters at least interesting?
Actually, it's them at their most shallow. Plus, we're going to have Loxana Troy. Oh God, it is going to be torture! We begin the episode with Jake Sisko depressed over a recent breakup with his Dabo girl girlfriend.
I didn't expect to find you here.
And they're talking about the imminent Bajoran Gratitude Festival, in which everyone takes their problems, writes it on a scroll, and burns it. It's an okay little symbolism, and the idea is just it's a fun holiday.
Who knows? Maybe you'll find someone tonight at the Gratitude Festival.
Well, we could go to the Bajoran Gratitude Festival. Or we could retcon this dangly ornament into another classic sci-fi series.
Ah, Han's signature dice.
You know, but in all the original movies, he never had...
I said Han's signature dice.
To the Gratitude Festival! Elsewhere with Chief O'Brien, he's been alone for a couple months because Keiko has taken Molly and gone down to Bajor to work on various botanical stuff, and she's coming back for a couple days.
How many games of racquetball have we played in the last 2 months?
15, maybe 20?
Oh, try 70. I've been keeping track of that too. And you know what all those games have proved to me? That I'm a poor substitute for your wife.
I could have told you that 60 games ago.
So it took you 10 games to actually confirm this.
What were you playing?
I don't think my elbow can take that kind of abuse.
Odo goes to visit Kira, and possibly for the first time chronologically in the series, we get the hint that Odo has a crush on her.
Actually, I was thinking of joining you this year.
Really?
I don't see why not. None of my Bajoran deputies work during the Gratitude Festival. Why should I?
Yeah, after all, why should there be cops at a big public event? Kira's boyfriend, Vedic Barile, is also coming, which breaks Odo's little gooey heart.
Looks like this time there is no room for Jell-O.
Keiko and Molly arrive, and the moment is utterly ruined.
It feels so good.
And the cause of this ruination?
I should never have given you all that candy.
The cause of much ruination in the universe, Loxana Troy. Who here is surprised, honestly? Anyone?
You, put your hand down!
And now she's here to ruin, comfort Odo over the flight of who his people really are.
Dear God in heaven, what is that thing on her head? It looks like she found the 5 gaudiest ties at Goodwill, made them all fight to the death, and then twisted the corpses into a grisly trophy.
You heard about that?
Odo. Don't worry. I'm here to help you.
Omari and Nebula, here I come. So, while Barile and Kira are getting to know each other in her quarters before the big hubbub...
Jedzia's promised to help me.
Jedzia, of course. I've never understood how the two of you could be such good friends.
Which I will credit this episode for some level of subtlety, as we're going to find out it's because he actually has an attraction to Jedzia that he doesn't think is appropriate. This is actually a valid psychological reaction that you show unfair hostility towards someone. Meanwhile, at the O'Brien quarters...
Weird creature!
Keiko is feeling cranky and tired.
I love you, multicolored alien Flumpus. I will hug you. Yes.
I love the fact that this isn't even you putting on a facade. This is you.
Rough trip?
Ugh, it was a disaster.
Rosalind, you can't critique the episode, you're in it.
We could spend the rest of the day locked away in our quarters.
Miles, what I really want to do is sleep.
These people are supposed to like each other, aren't they?
Miles, I didn't say I was going to. I just meant I could use some.
Oh, that's okay.
Goes back to what I've said before about their marriage.
At least Molly is ridiculous.
So the festival starts, and it actually looks okay. You know, it's sort of a street festival thing. Not that bad.
Bentel, Vetan, Ulan, Sten. And now, for the next 26 hours, I expect you all to enjoy yourselves.
Wrong episode for that, lady.
Yeah, that won't be happening here.
So Jake suddenly gets a headache, and then a raging boner for Major Kira. I can sympathize. And elsewhere, Bareil is interacting with Jadzia.
I'm glad, because I was hoping that you and I could get to know each other a little better.
Bareil is playing this less like, I want to do you, and more like, I want to wear you.
Yes, by the way, this pretty much is going to be the entire plot. I say get used to it, but that just means you're that much more lost, so...
Hold on! Not getting used to this is a sign that you still have your mental health.
So somewhere else on the promenade, Odo actually finds a moment of sincere joy enjoying the music. Loxana Troy comes to ruin that joy because she's Loxana Troy.
It's what I do.
Sexual harassment is hilarious. As an empath, I enjoy your discomfort, and that's not creepy at all.
Then sway with me, Odo. Sway with me.
It's okay, man. It doesn't affect you. You're not human.
How much longer is it going to take?
2 or 3 months.
You're telling me you're going to be on Bejor for another 7 months?
Oh goody, more marital fighting.
I want you to say that you're not going back. You're going to stay here with me.
Miles, right now, I don't even want to sit at the same table with you.
Well, go on. Leave.
Man, we sure picked a fun one today.
And now Jake is actively stalking Major Kira, and his dad tries to put a stop to it.
What you're feeling now is just a crush.
And you made fun of my dancing last time?
But this is between Nourish and me. Don't worry. Everything's going to be fine.
Look, don't worry about it. Everything will be fine.
I know they say never mention a good movie in the middle of your bad movie.
Never be so bad that The Room is the good movie.
Yeah.
And after Loxana again ignores Odo's boundaries, Cork talks with O'Brien about marriage and why it's stupid for women to have their own rights.
You let your women go out in public, hold jobs, wear clothing, and you wonder why your marriages fall apart.
Well, that makes sense. That's why I don't even let Kim get on screen.
And that's why no one will be able to identify me to the cops when his body turns up in the river. O'Brien, not being yet ready for that fedora and incel forum, decides, yeah, he can make things up with Keiko even if it is partly her fault.
Now Kira and Bareil start getting wacky, and Bareil is again obsessed with Jadzia.
Thank you, Nerys,
For what?
for being such a good friend.
What am I, Odo?
And now Dax is all horny for Cisco. Don't worry, he'll get a flip-flop this in another universe. Kinda gets weird. He calls for Bashir to check her out, and she laughs it off as a practical joke.
Sadly, that's not that unbelievable. This is exactly the sort of unfunny, boundary-crossing practical joke that Jadzia would play.
It's your fault, Dax. You took this one too far.
Oh, if I didn't love you so much, I'd be angry with you. It's your party.
Oh, multicolored alien Flompus! Hello, creature.
I think we see where Offspring Kim's infatuation is
yes.
lying.
You're so cute.
And now, even more depressing marital problems.
And I need time to think. Why don't you go to Commander Sisko's party? We can talk when you get back.
Let's sum up today's idiocy.
But it turns out he'd rather be with Dax than me. And to make matters worse, I have Jake Sisko chasing me around the station professing his undying love.
A little while ago, Jadzia had Commander Cisco convinced that she was in love with him. He even had me examine her to make sure she was all right. Apparently, it was only a joke.
And Bashir and Kira start reenacting their off-screen behavior. This isn't so much a love triangle, it is a love sliding tile puzzle.
But Dad, you promised that Nerys would be here.
We want her so much! Oh!
Computer, locate Dr. Bashir.
Dr. Bashir is currently located in Major Kira.
Commander Cisco needs to see you in the wardroom.
I'll tell him.
I'm taking her temperature. It's so wacky.
What do you think?
I think I'll call you Red Pill.
Did you really mean it about turning in the resignation? Well, you better get it back before Commander Cisco sees it.
I love playing games with your soul.
And then the violence breaks out. Well, really lame violence.
I want to give this to you as a token of my affection.
Oh, no, you don't. Oh, Mariah, listen to me. I'll fight for her if I have to.
Oh no, somehow that guy failed.
And Cisco finally catches up to where the audience was 2 acts ago. And now Quark goes all TJ Miller over Keiko.
He's taken, Quark. Easy, Chief. He doesn't know what he's doing.
So Oksana Troy is basically going through Betazoid menopause, which means she's incontinently spilling her emotions all over the place and making everyone horny for everyone else because she's horny.
Interestingly, this seems to be solely a directed horniness at one particular person. Not just a general, I want to bone anything of the correct gender.
Even then, there would have had to have been some pre-existing latent attraction.
You're saying, Dex?
Only on a subconscious level. Best not think about it too much, if you ask me.
You know, this isn't as creepy as you guys seem to be making it out, that you're best not to think about it and all, because all this means is that you find someone physically attractive. You can't help who you find physically attractive, and it doesn't really speak to anything weird about your relationship. That Jadzia finds Cisco attractive means nothing more than she finds him attractive. This doesn't speak to anything. It doesn't mean she's secretly in love with him, just that she finds him hot, and when you take away her inhibitions against her will, she'll respond in a different way. That's all this means. It's not creepy. Stupid, but not creepy. And so now everything's all better because the episode is over. Wow, that really does make things better, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Troy gives one last assault to Odo, and we move on.
I never was affected by Mrs. Troy.
Oh, I guess that means you don't have a latent attraction to me after all.
Nothing latent about it.
Okay, you know what? You guys have had about the lamest storyline, but that was a good line to wrap it up on. Nicely done, Chief. Oh, and speaking of nothing latent, eh? Oh, let's go now. So that's Fascination. God, this was a bad episode.
There is nothing fascinating about this. Nothing entertaining. Nothing that would bring anyone Peldar joy.
Even if there was some level of interest in the fact that these people are attracted to some people, that doesn't mean anything because this was done by an alien and it's undone chemically and nothing comes from it. So there's not even any lasting consequences. All we do is move on, see our people wackily making out with one another, and find out that Cisco is apparently attracted to no one whatsoever, showing that for as manly and cool as he is, he has almost no libido. An odd subplot. So as usual, decide for yourselves. But as for me, I am calling Fascination definitely POS DS9.
Told you this was a torture episode.
Oh, God.